Last year was by far one of the best gardening seasons I've ever had. I harvested everything from tomatoes, peppers, broccoli, cucumbers, squash, zucchini, watermelons, cantaloupe, okra, collards, corn, and green beans. But even though I had an incredible garden last year, this year we're taking things to the next level. In 2025, I'm not holding back. I'm going full throttle, and I encourage you to do the same. I've been gardening for the last 15 years, and believe it or not, I started with a traditional garden. I even have the old tiller from back in the day. This is what my wife and I used to start our first garden. I wanted to be just like my dad and grandpa. Back in the 70s and 80s, my grandfather Rule grew so much produce, he actually made a living off of it, selling it at his produce stand in the middle of downtown Franklin, North Carolina. And my dad, he pretty much taught me everything I know. I can still remember him bringing in wheelbarrow loads of tomatoes right in our kitchen for my mom to can. Gardening has always been part of our family, no matter how busy we are. It's one of those investments that you always get outsized returns in. I mean, think about it. You plant one squash seed, and before you know it, you have more than you could ever eat. But over the years, my family and I have figured out one key change that has dramatically improved our success at gardening. And it's all around me. Raised beds. Several years ago, I went all in. I built these raised beds using pressure-treated lumber. I went to the store and I bought screws, saws, and other expensive woodworking tools, and I probably burned up 3 days of hard labor. These beds have served me well, and the results have been phenomenal. Raised bed gardening makes it easier to control your soil, manage moisture, it's less strain on your back, but most importantly, allows you to grow more food in less space. But there's one big problem. After just a few years, my raised beds started to deteriorate and rot. And after my first one collapsed, I could have cried. All that time, money, and labor, gone. I wanted to rebuild them, but I just didn't have the heart. I searched high and low for a better solution, but nothing on the market checked all the boxes. Ease of assembly, durability, and most importantly, long-term value. That's when Gro-Rite Garden was born. Allow me to demonstrate. Simply pull the panels out of the box. Immediately, you're going to notice there are not many parts. And that's the beauty of it. Just 10 panels, some edging, and these wonderful stainless steel connecting rods. Find a flat spot on the ground and start overlapping the panels and sliding the rods in. Within literal minutes, you're ready to start gardening. Since there's no rust or corrosion, these beds have a lifespan of up to 20 plus years. And because when you open our box, you don't see this, anyone, regardless of age or skill level, can put this thing together in 10 minutes or less. These beds are strong, durable, and efficient because gardening should be built to last. And now I'm going all in on these raised beds. Yes, they cost a little more up front than your typical wooden raised bed, but I believe in the long term, they're going to save time, money, and a lot of frustration. No more building wooden raised beds every few years. This year, I'm expanding my garden. I'm adding more raised beds and replacing the wooden ones. And I'm so excited to announce that the official GroRiteGarden.com website is live and restocked. Last year, you guys completely blew me away. We launched in April, and within 2 weeks, we were completely sold out. It got so wild, I had to call UPS and have a tractor trailer delivered to the site where I could load pallet after pallet of raised beds in order to get them shipped out on time. And this year, we're making it even better. We've added 2 new colors. We've got modern cream, we've got modern gray, alongside our classic modern green. Plus, our 6-in-1 design allows you to customize the shape that fits your space best. Like the 5 foot by 3.5 foot, the 6 foot by 2 foot, the 2 foot by 5 foot, a 3.5 by 3.5 foot, a 2 foot by 3.5 foot, and a 2 foot circle. There are a ton of other things I love about this bed, like the rubber edging. It not only gives the bed a nice clean look, but it keeps the hands safe. Last year in this very raised bed that's about 5 foot by 3.5 foot, I grew hundreds of green beans. But are you looking for something bigger? You can combine 2 beds together and make it almost 8 feet by 4 feet. And in a bed just like this one, I grew over 100 ears of corn last year. Even after it's already assembled, you can simply pick it up and move it to your desired location. Even if you've already filled your bed with soil and you decide you want to move it, no problem. Just pull out the rods, the panels will fall, and you can go rebuild it somewhere else. Finally, I have to mention the food-safe materials. These beds are coated in a USDA-regulated paint-coated steel, so there's no chemical leaching, and it's suitable for organic gardening. Raised bed gardening isn't just convenient, it's a game changer. And this year, I'm going for the biggest, baddest garden I've ever had. Wouldn't it be incredible if in 20 years, I'm still harvesting food from these same raised beds? Instead of building wooden ones 7 different times, I'm going all in, and I'd love for you to join me. When you get a chance, head over to Gro-Rite-Garden.com and check out these beds. And as a huge thank you for all your support, we're offering free shipping on all orders, even though these beds are not cheap to ship. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you who have supported this journey so far. You guys are what make this dream possible. So until next time, become a plant person.